It was pretty tense to be in a little tube with 5 people about to go hundreds of feet under the water. And as soon as that water started like gurgling up around us, I like totally chilled out. And it was really peaceful.
We run the whole thing with this game controller.
Come on!
OceanGate was founded in 2009 by Stockton Rush and Guillermo Sonline. The company had a business model of renting out crewed submersibles for research and exploration. In 2013, Guillermo departed with a minority stake, and the company shifted its focus to designing its own submersibles that were more cost-effective. This would be the start to years of gross negligence and vindictive management that inevitably turned into disaster. The flagship submersible of OceanGate was named Titan. The vessel went deep below sea level for clients to visit the Titanic shipwreck, with a cost of $250,000 per person. It was described by OceanGate as more spacious and more comfortable than any other deep-diving submersible thanks to the innovative use of modern materials. It had enough room for a record of 5 passengers, allowing for more revenue every trip. One of the key materials was the carbon fiber design of the body of the sub. Former Navy submarine Captain Alfred McLaren was not impressed by the so-called innovation of the cost-effective carbon fiber build. The use of carbon fiber in tandem with titanium and plexiglass may have caused the catastrophic implosion of the submersible. Hindsight is one thing, but the reality is that there were countless warnings and red flags leading up to the death of Stockton and the 4 other passengers aboard the Titan submersible. David Lockridge, an engineer and submarine pilot, was hired by OceanGate in 2015. His role was to ensure the safety for all crew and clients during operations on the Titan. However, when he expressed concerns about the carbon fiber design of the submersible's hull, he was allegedly met with hostility. David claimed that once his concerns were ignored, he wrote an inspection report for documentation. The report contained numerous issues that posed a risk to passengers and offered corrective actions to address each one. He strongly encouraged OceanGate to utilize a classification agency to inspect and certify the Titan, but OceanGate was allegedly unwilling to pay for this safety measure. At a meeting that followed, David made a new revelation, one that explained why he was denied access to further information from the engineering department. The viewport at the front of the submersible was built for a certified pressure of 1,300 meters. This was far from the 4,000 meters that the Titan was planned to endure when going to the Titanic. When he expressed these concerns, he was terminated by the company. OceanGate later sued David, accusing him of breaching his contract by discussing confidential information with the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, a regulatory agency of the U.S. Department of Labor. The dispute was settled out of court in 2018. But David wasn't the only one who had concerns. Deep sea engineer Liz Taylor met with Stockton to hear about her findings from a research project. Liz warned against the use of carbon fiber because it is experimental and has not been thoroughly tested at extreme depths in the ocean. The Manned Submersible Committee of the Marine Technological Society backed her up and wrote a letter to Stockton, urging him not to proceed. In the months that followed, OceanGate received more than 30 calls from industry leaders, deep-sea explorers and oceanographers against the experimental approach. Stockton had a history of ignoring concerns and also went as far to say that certifying agencies for submersibles were over the top in their rules and regulations. In 2021, he acknowledged that the Titan's design had intentionally broken some rules with its abnormal carbon fiber and titanium build. He remained committed to breaking boundaries for the so-called purpose of innovation. Supposed partners of OceanGate led many customers to believe that their submersibles were safe. OceanGate claimed that NASA served as a consultant for the carbon fiber design of the Titan sub, and that the design and engineering by OceanGate was done in collaboration with experts from NASA, Boeing, and the University of Washington. All three parties denied participating in the sub's design or construction. Stockton would often brag about his seemingly innovative operation. During an interview, he brazenly dismissed the expertise of ex-military submariners because they were 50-year-old white men that weren't inspirational. Stockton even added that expertise is not necessary since anybody can drive the sub with just a $30 video game controller. The controller, a Logitech F710, was used to operate the Titan submersible. The Titan was an unorthodox vessel with a relatively unproven history. It is unclear what will result from the implosion of the submersible, but it is a reminder for explorers to regard the implications of experimental technology and its impact on human life. Thanks for watching Business Mindset. There are some more videos on the screen that I think you may like. Until then, I'll see you guys in another episode.